Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast episode 29. Tonight we talk Animal Crossing New Horizons 1 year anniversary, dream Nintendo vacation spots, the worst Nintendo games, and Valhalla awaits. That and more. I appreciate the head bobbing, guys. That's very nice of you. Well,
You're welcome.
I am joined tonight by my fellow Nintendo pal, Micah.
Yep.
And I am Andross. And we are joined tonight by guest host, returning guest host, Max.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that was in the very, very first episode.
Yep.
Just my voice. Yeah, that's about it. I got
Yeah.
busy with life stuffs.
Yeah. But we snagged you. You had a day off today, so that's pretty good timing. Well, welcome back. And it's funny because we were just talking in the last episode about how we sound very similar over the phone. So hopefully the audio only listeners aren't confused as to who's talking. Basically, if it sounds really smart, it's me.
Hmm.
I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm trying to think of a witty comment to make, but I guess I just proved how dumb I am. In comparison.
We don't
smart
usually.
comparatively.
We wow, we are just on top of things tonight. Well,
We're on a spiral.
how are things going for you two gentlemen this evening? Micah, what you up to?
Good. Not too much. Played a little bit of Fortnite with Max right before hopping on.
Yeah.
That's where you guys were.
We're playing some Fortnite. I haven't played any this season, because my schedule conflicts with you guys so much. I used to play a whole lot, but I'm a little disappointed because I don't think I even made it very far last season. I didn't even make it to level 50, so I didn't get very far at all. So I have like no V-Bucks.
Well, it seems like we can level up quite a bit faster.
Yeah.
in this season. What's the
I can still get the battle pass. I don't know. I'm hesitant because I don't know if I'll have time again. We'll see.
Totally changing topics here, but what's the weather like where you guys are at? Because you guys are both on West Coast.
It's like I feel like it's a little wet today.
I think it's a little
Maybe
cloudy.
it was sunny this morning. It was sunny this morning when I woke up.
I don't know if I've actually looked outside today. So,
My bathroom has a window. That's about all I saw from the outside.
For
I don't like
us,
bathroom windows.
It's been really nice weather. We're in it's warm, sunny, shorts outside weather. So that's nice.
Yeah, it's about time here to get some shorts. I left mine in storage, so I gotta go.
I mean, your shirt makes it seem like it's warmer there. I assume you just wear that shirt and you're just like it's warm. For those in audio, he's wearing his nice Hawaiian, Marvel Hawaiian shirt.
I don't know, it's fun. It's got fun design. Looks good with a nice pair of khakis.
Yeah, nice. Well, I don't really have a transition with khakis, so let's just jump over to what we've been playing with the first segment of our show, which is
Who's down hideous? There you go.
Whatcha Playin. All right, well, Max, you want to kick us off as our guest here? What have you been playing lately?
Well, as of late, I typically am more of a multiplayer type gamer. I don't really enjoy games by myself, but my schedule's been kind of weird, working the night shift. But in the meantime, I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing because that's something I can do solo, and I found a few friends who I can play throughout the day and visit each other's islands. Places I haven't visited in like a year, back when Animal Crossing was super hot, and they were just getting back into it with all the new updates that have been coming out. I really enjoyed the Super Mario stuff. I got every item
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of fun with that. I made the like Godzilla thing that you get in Nook Miles look like Bowser. It's,
Oh, okay. That's a good idea,
yeah,
actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. So I played a lot of Animal Crossing, Mario Kart with younger siblings. Um, on some of my days off, I've been playing the new, remake of Super Mario World on the Switch with the Bowser's Fury. I have not actually tried Bowser's Fury yet, though. We're waiting to play through. We're just taking our time with this one. I play that one with my wife.
Nice. So you guys are playing that one. Are you going to collect everything? 100%?
Uh, I don't think so. I mean, we try, but um, we're just in it to have fun.
But if you miss something, you
Uh,
don't really go back for it.
no, nah, I don't think so. We might later, but I think we're just kind of playing it through. We try to get everything. I mean, I would prefer to get everything, but sometimes she just knows where she wants to go, and we're going there.
Yeah, uh, it's a fun game in that regard. You're kind of at the mercy of whoever's in the lead. Micah's
Yeah.
favorite kind of Mario game.
Exactly. How many of my friends can I kill by running super fast? Essentially.
Yeah, but that one, I think you unlock the like final level, which is supposedly super hard, like Champions Road or something like that.
Yeah.
You have to get everything right,
Yep.
and then to
What?
truly
You don't. Yeah, you don't have to
100%.
beat it with everyone to unlock that level.
Yeah, to
Now I
Collect all the
feel
truly
like I
stars.
gotta get it.
100%, you have to beat every level with every character, and that doesn't sound fun to me. I'm just not gonna
It's a
do
No.
that.
little overkill for me.
But what if you had 4 people playing
Yeah, yeah, then
and we're
for
playing
sure.
all 4 of the characters, and then you just beat it with all of them?
Yeah,
Does
that
that count?
counts. That does count. Yep.
Okay, that's good. Now, if only I had more people.
Yeah, the thing about it is when you're playing with 4 people, making it a collect everything kind of game is a little difficult as well
Yeah.
because of that one guy, Micah, that likes to run ahead, ditch his friends.
You got to be thinking as a single unit.
Yep.
Yeah. Survival of the fittest.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Those are a good selection of games, and I guess you guys both played Fort before this. How are you enjoying? How'd you enjoy the new season? First look.
A little confusing. The weapons, I don't know. Everything's kind of new again. Um, it's weird seeing how much has changed, yet what aspects they kept. I'm a little still taken back by the fact that you can craft just on your person. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It seems a little too complicated for such a simple game, supposedly.
Yeah, I don't think I've hardly used any of the crafting just because it's kind of a pain
But
to like
because you
navigate
need
the
so much to
menus.
even customize.
Yeah.
My question is, when you get those items, do they carry on to your next round, or is it that one round only that
It's
you
that
get
one
those
round
like
only.
items? Well,
Yeah.
that's dumb.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the gold bars from last season. Getting gold like that it seemed like a reasonable thing to work for because it kind of carried on into your future matches. Whatever you didn't use carried over.
Oh, are you talking? So the weapons don't carry over, but I think do the ingredients? No, the
No,
ingredients don't.
yeah,
No, they
I
don't.
was talking about ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if ingredients carried over because
Gold
obviously
gold is
I see
still a
why.
thing and it does carry
Yes,
over, but you don't get as
yes.
much from chests, I've noticed. You get like 5 per chest, and things don't cost quite as much, but they still do cost. So I don't know.
I just
Yeah.
wish the mechanical parts were easier to get. It seems like you have to go to
Yeah,
like
also
specific locations to get those.
I hopped on and several bits of the controls changed on me. So my muscle memory was super confused
Oh, that's
because
interesting. I don't know what.
yeah,
Yeah, to drop items out of the menu, at least on Switch, if you want to like drop your weapons,
That did
swap a
change. I
couple.
forgot about that. Yeah.
and that was the same for me on PC as well.
Well, uh, I wasn't a fan of the how they designed the weapons. The new weapons don't they're not intuitive with how they look for what I'm used to. So I pick up a gun. If I pick up any primitive weapon, I don't know what it is just visually. I usually have to like actually look at what it is because I can't tell because the shotguns look like SMGs. The SMGs look like rifles, and the rifles look like snipers.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. They're not as distinct looking. You can't distinguish.
At
Yeah,
first, I would pick up the primal assault rifle and thinking it was a shotgun, and that was a surprise the first few times. But yeah, I mean it just takes a little bit to get used to.
yeah. I just don't like that it looks too similar to other in-game weapons because it's not like the assault rifles and snipers are gone. They're still there. It's just so
Well, I don't think they
where
have snipers.
you don't.
I haven't seen any.
Yeah,
They've
I
kind of been
hadn't seen it.
replaced by the
Micah
bow.
told me the bows. Yeah,
Oh, well, that's weird. That's weird. Now that you say that, I didn't realize that. Um, yeah. So I don't know. It was so. Besides that, though, I thought the season was cool. I'm excited. I liked the cinematic that you play through at the very beginning. I thought that was fun.
yeah. I skipped most of it. I watched all the video that I could, and then I could hear Micah faintly in the background. Cinematics
Just
were so
breathing.
incredibly loud. I was like, "Are you there?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh." But
Yeah.
I was able to skip through the actual playing part. I just exited so that we could get straight to playing.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could just exit. It
Yeah,
is.
and I'm
It
pretty sure you,
was. It was a cool cinematic. I thought, and a little play thing that you did.
Yeah,
It felt like the big events, but I'm a little disappointed that it was a solo experience. I really liked in other seasons when there was like a big event happening and there were tons of people there. It was kind of like a shared
yeah.
thing.
yeah, about half as many people that wanted to be there.
Yeah, that's true, and that's probably why they did it the way they did. I still think it could be a group experience if they had just opened it up to be available for squads, so you could play it as a squad.
Yeah, I think they could do it. They could make a group experience, and then anyone who misses it later, it just kind of turns into a solo thing later on.
Yeah, which is what this one does have it as like a play or did have it as like a playable mode for
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah, still there. Last I checked, 40
So
minutes ago.
that's a cool thing. That's what they should have done for all of the event things. But I get I can see why they didn't because they're like map changing. And they would have had to keep data from the old map and the new map. So,
Right.
but the way they did this one, I thought was good for replayability. And if you missed it, because yeah, every single Fortnite event type thing that's happened in the past has had massive amounts of people that can't get in because the servers are overloaded and the game's bugging out, and then even if they do get in, sometimes it
They get
crashes and they
kicked.
can't see. I got kicked out of the season before.
Yeah, throwback to when the end of the Marvel season when we were all waiting in the lobby and then you got booted as it began.
Yeah,
That was rough.
that was a bummer. And so, but like part of the fun of those events is experiencing it with a group of friends. For me, anyways. So having it as a solo experience does kind of diminish that. This could have totally been a squad thing. Like you could have all four of you could have been there just watching the cinematic together.
Yeah.
There's not really any reason it wasn't.
It'd been even cooler if there was friendly fire.
Like punching each other. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Um. So yeah, that's it for Max. Do you have anything else you want to highlight that you've been playing? Micah.
Uh
Oh, Max.
yeah, oh sorry. I don't think so. It's just Mario Kart, Animal Crossing. I've been playing much of it. I think so.
It's okay. Micah's
I mean, I
list
played
is short
Yeah,
as well.
I
kind of in the
played
same boat.
GTA a bit with my wife. That's yeah. We just like exploring. The open world is what's fun. And driving cars.
And all the murder you can do and stuff. Great times.
Good times. Every once in a while we would just take some time murdering each other, and she would get frustrated because I'm a lot better.
I don't know if that's something to be
Oh
proud
yeah,
of. Well, Micah, what have you been playing lately?
well, just Fortnite a couple times. Try out the new season. Um, Once again, played some more Rocket League. Not any better at it than I was a couple weeks ago. Although I guess I've been playing with one of our friends, Eli, a bunch, and I did finally get ranked up to Diamond, the lowest Diamond possible, and then I haven't played since. So I might just never play again to keep my Diamond ranking in
Nice.
duos.
Yeah, that's a good plan. 'Cause we
Yeah, and then
play we're ranked really high in Rumble.
yeah, well, we used to be. I think we're now both platinum in Rumble. People have been stepping up the Rumble game. Seems
It's
like
no longer
I just
casual.
remember
It's
we just
all
like randomly,
competitive.
yeah, we just randomly got on. We're like, oh, we're Diamond and Rumble. That's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Besides that,
struggled to get into Rocket League,
yeah, it's not for
but
everyone.
yeah,
Just those that
definitely
are
not my cup.
good people.
I'm really bad at it. I'm not even gonna deny it. I'm terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit of a learning curve. It's different than a lot of games.
That's true. Um, well, for me, I have been playing some more Zelda Breath of the Wild, going through the Terrytown quest. I just got the Rito villager, whose name ends in sun. It's hilarious that is a rule. Everywhere you go,
Oh
everybody
yeah,
that joins the town their name has to end in sun.
I had forgotten
Wait,
about that.
so you're telling me you never completed that?
Never done that before. I've never done this quest before.
Wait a minute, you didn't own this on the Switch for the longest time. Is
Right.
that
I'm
right?
actually
He still
borrowing.
technically doesn't own it.
Yeah, I'm actually borrowing Micah's copy while he borrows
Ah,
Origami King from me.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I went back and played it about a month ago. Because I still haven't completed Master of the Sword.
Your camera, by the way, is like
Yeah, you're just frozen for
yeah.
me.
You're just been a frozen card for a while. Might switch your
Oh,
connection. Um,
sorry.
Yeah, where are
What?
you
I thought I
the
turned my Wi-Fi off.
Trial of the Sword? Are you doing that on like the master mode or just regular?
Just regular, because I
don't
like
do
to
That's
it.
enjoy things.
that's
Don't
the right call.
don't do it on
The
master
right
mode. It's
call.
impossible. That one Lizalfo room is just
They
death.
just heal so fast.
Yeah, you can't. You use up every single
I've
weapon you
broken
have.
all of my weapons trying to kill them
To
before.
be honest, I thought you guys were about to be like, "Huh, you're lame. You're a chump. You can't do it in Master." Just
No,
be like, "Yep."
this is one of those times which we've had a couple of in our gaming history with the panel de pawn, where
Ugh.
it's just the difficulty is so much and you have to grind just something really not fun for so long that it's not worth it. And that's how it is
It's
for
not enjoyable anymore, and it's
yeah.
supposed to be enjoyable.
Well,
That's why yeah,
just that room, they just need to give you more weapons to be able to finish that room. It's just not really possible. It is possible, Micah. You beat it, right?
No, I have not.
Oh, I haven't either. That's yep.
No, yeah, I've
yeah.
gone to that room
I
like
think I was
24 times.
I got pretty far in the Master of the Sword quest thing, and then I had to get off for whatever, and it doesn't let you save, which I hate because you have to do it all in one sitting, and I just don't have time for that. Because then I get off and I'm like, okay, I don't want to play this right now. I want to play something else.
Yeah.
Like I
You
could
got
just
to get
close it right and
you got to
leave
get
it,
a
but
second Switch for that,
Yeah, that's what.
so you can leave Breath of the Wild in sleep mode or whatever.
I
So
do have a second Switch technically,
you have to
but
switch
I'm not
right.
That
using it for
solves your
that. No.
problem.
Terrytown is really fun. I'm really enjoying that quest because I'm playing basically on a clean file. This is the only thing I've done. So I'm exploring the entire map to get to the different towns where I have to get the villagers to come join Terrytown, and it's really fun to hear the dialogue and the character progression. I don't know. I feel an attachment to the village and like the characters in there because I went and recruited them. It's very cool. Where I don't remember that for the Just the base game, going in and talking to villagers. There's not really anybody that's like super memorable to me, except for the crazy flower lady. Um,
Oh yeah.
but other than that, I don't really remember any of the villagers a ton. So I do like that Terry Town. It's an interesting way to play, where
When you
that's
say
your
crazy flower lady, are you talking about the one that's like out picking
The
flowers?
shrine.
yeah. And if you
Uh,
step on the
Yeah.
flowers, she like goes insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah. Yeah.
also remember there's
I
some.
just fly over it.
Yeah, there's some villager that needed to collect like 100 crickets or something to give to his crush. I can't remember what it was,
Wow.
Ah,
but
I remember
he
by
was
like the heart
memorable.
lake.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was just randomly said she liked crickets just to get rid of him, and he's like, I better go catch 100 crickets now.
Yep. And then I do remember one villager who my brain is letting it escape. Dang it. Well, it'll come.
You do remember there was
I
one
do remember
villager.
there was one villager.
Correct.
Yes, that is a
Thanks,
true
Daisy
statement.
D.
Um,
Uh,
yeah, Terrytown, lots of fun. I'm right now collecting 50 bundles of wood, and I
That's
oh,
collect
fun.
nice.
wood using the
With
bombs.
bombs.
Yep, that's
Heck
the
yeah.
only way to do it. I can't.
The only method.
It's
Only way
funny
to do
that
it.
that's like the most efficient way to get wood is to just double chuck bombs over and over, and especially in like dense forest areas, you try and get multiple bundles in
Yeah.
one throw.
Yeah,
Ugh.
otherwise you're just gonna go through all of your items,
Can you just
all of your weapons, and
just
just break them
imagine you're
all.
just walking around in the world of Hyrule and you turn and you just see this guy. He's a lumberjack and he's just
Chucking
just chucking bombs at trees and and that's like
Oh,
so goofy.
okay. I remember. It came to me the villager who you save for whatever reason. They're being attacked by some monster, and then is super offended that you saved them. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
I
They were
vaguely
like,
remember.
I could have done that.
Yeah.
You didn't have to save me, and they were all like super angry at you for rescuing them.
And you're like, I wish I
It's
could
like
just beat them up myself.
okay, yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
not
pretty
here to
much. Just
save
like,
you.
wow.
I'm robbing you.
This is Skyrim now. Just,
I'm hoping Breath of the Wild 2 lets you rob people.
I really don't feel like that's gonna be a thing. I
Ugh.
I don't know.
One can hope.
You play as Ganon. That's the game flips roles. You are Ganondorf.
No. You get to be Dark Link, and Dark Link robs people.
Oh yeah, there you go. Full game played as Dark Link.
That's doable.
Yeah. So besides Breath of the Wild, got a review code from the Nintendo dads, and I got to talk about this one because I enjoyed it a lot. Pinkman Plus, which is a pretty new release on the Switch, and it's Celeste-like, challenging platformer basically. That just does it does the platforming mechanics so well. You have wall jump abilities, and there's like a slight jetpack hover that runs out. And combining wall jumps and jetpack hovers, you can traverse to areas in really interesting ways. It's a very fun game. Definitely recommend checking that one out if you like platformers like Celeste. Spelunky is the other one I compared it to. So, yeah. Let's see. Besides that, I
Played some Valheim.
yeah, I was gonna
Forgot to
say
mention that.
I also played Rocket League and Fortnite. Checked out the new season. Already shared my thoughts on that. Which is funny because we had a request in the Discord from Jack Ham Bacon to talk about how the season was trash.
Yeah.
And we kind of did. We kind of did talk about what we didn't like. I will
don't like
say
the inaccuracy of the primal weapons.
yeah, I will say that I think the season's not bad. It's fun. I like the battle pass this season. There's quite a few cool skins that you can earn.
I barely had a chance to look at it, so I don't know.
So you can get Laura Croft, which is really cool.
Laura Crofts.
Yeah, I think there's 3 alt skins. There's the anniversary edition, the like new I don't know what the new version is called, but like the newest
The
version.
new version.
And then you can get like a PlayStation 1 rendering Lara Croft, which like looks like kind of bad graphics.
Yeah, when I first swapped to it, I was like, oh, this is really awesome. It's like super blocky and polygony and stuff, and then it rendered in a little better, and I was actually a little disappointed.
Yeah. Um so there's that. There's also Raven from Teen Titans.
What?
Yeah, yeah, it seemed pretty random.
That one didn't make any sense to me. Like,
Are you
why?
serious?
Totally,
Yep.
totally serious. Not like the
Sounds made
not,
up.
not like the new cartoony one.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
What is it from Titans like the TV show?
It kind of looks like a Fortnite render of the same character. So it's kind of realistic, but not.
I'm still waiting on that Obi-Wan Kenobi skin.
Oh yeah.
That would be really cool. I'm surprised they haven't done.
Maybe when that comes out on Disney Plus though.
Oh yeah. They're saving it.
Yeah, they've done so many crossovers. I hope they keep that up. Yeah, so enjoyed that. And Valheim. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit more about Valheim. I guess that's a good segue. Let's jump over to the Nintendo news. And today we'll kick off the Nintendo news with Panic Button has come out and said that they would love to do a port of Valheim to Switch. And I'm like, I'll sign whatever I need to sign to get this to happen. That is super cool. Panic Button, if you don't know, they ported Doom Eternal to the Switch, and they did the port of Rocket League to Switch, and most recently, didn't they do Apex Legends too?
Yeah, I believe so.
So Apex Legends, I'll admit, looks a little muddy, but Doom Eternal and Rocket League look really good on the Switch. And I bet Apex is going to improve in its visuals, just because they are constantly updating. So I think, now Micah and I have played a lot of Valheim in its early access. We've probably put about 20 hours into it by this point.
Is this the one
Maybe
that
a little
Eli had
less.
recommended?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, currently
Okay.
it is $20 early access on Steam. And I don't know if it will come to the Switch while it's still in early access, but I mean, it does not feel like an early access game. It feels done. I haven't hit any moments where I've been like, oh yeah, you can tell this isn't finished. Like, no, it's a pretty complete
not
game.
quite like Baldur's Gate, where there are a bunch of things.
Yeah, it is has its fair share.
Mostly
of
with
bugs.
like animations and things, but
yeah, so I'm like stoked about this. I think this would be a great game to have over on the Switch. It's not super graphically intensive. There are a lot of trees and the scenery does look very pretty, but it almost reminds me of Breath of the Wild in how it's very stylized in that regard. And then the character model, he doesn't look good at all. It's pretty bad. But the gameplay and the overall look, it's this game has taken me by surprise by how much I like it. And
So it's an open world, right? And
Yeah.
it's multiplayer?
Yep.
Up to like 8, I think. Maybe 10. I can't remember.
Yeah. Think about this as like it's the perfect middle ground of Minecraft and Skyrim. Like it has this open world exploration elements to it. There's crafting. There is building. You build like your own little houses.
And we are terrible at it. Our houses look like garbage.
Our houses do look
There are like holes everywhere where things didn't line up correctly, but
yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah, so it has like elements of crafting and exploration that feels very Minecraft like, and I think it's randomly generated. I believe the worlds are.
I believe so, yeah.
Are
And they even have like boss fights that your friend might just bail on when you're in the middle of and you have to fight it all by yourself for like 30
I
minutes.
mean, I had to put my kids to bed. So, yeah, that was it. And it also has that. That's very comparable, I'd say, to Monster Hunter, where it's like a big bad boss that you have to work as a team to defeat. So, and it's very fun. If this is one that you've seen and looks interesting, definitely give it a try. I'm digging it. But if you're I don't know, it does everything so well with the open world design and the crafting that doesn't it feels very much like I'm exploring this place. It's very immersive in that regard.
Although I do just wish the boats were a little faster.
Yeah, we might just need to play longer and get more stuff. If
Yeah,
it's funny
we've
because we
got
were like looking at these images online of people that have been playing and they've got like full Viking armor and gear and are like flying, like cruising on these huge boats, and Micah and I are in like
I
caveman
finally got
tunics.
my leather tunic
I
instead of my rag
I
tunic.
straight up look like Fred
Nice.
Flintstone for most of the game. It's like just like a tunic and I have a club. That's my weapon. Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. It would be a fantastic addition to Switch. So yes, panic button, all for it. Who makes Valheim? I have to Google that. But while I am doing that, we should talk about the next news item, which is
Iron
Fortnite.
Gate AB.
Wait, what?
Iron Gate AB.
Iron Gate AB. That's who makes it. Make it happen, guys. Yeah, pair up with. I mean, get it ported to Switch one way or another, but Panic Button's a good choice if you guys are looking for
Yeah.
that and they want to do it. That's a good pairing. Uh, Other news we got going on: Super Nintendo World officially opened March 18th. Miyamoto looked like he was having a blast, man. I saw the like intro ceremony. They do this whole dance routine, and he's there. He's like, just everybody seemed to be having a good time. They gave this big speech that I skipped most of because that wasn't exciting. And then they had confetti raining from the sky for like 10 minutes. It felt like they're just standing there in like a Mario
Nice.
pose, and it just confetti just kept coming, and everybody stood there looking out, but Miyamoto's like, you could just tell he's
Is
just
this
having a
really
good time there.
happening?
Yeah, yeah, man, what a guy. So that's exciting. Cool that people finally will get to go to that. Stay safe out there, people. Um,
Oh man, I am pumped for that. Like honestly, that's where my heart is right now. I love theme parks. I've been super pumped for this to come out in Florida and California. I've been following. I follow a couple guys who like try and get camera angles from the outside
mhm.
progress of the building.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while before it's here, but
Was it
now
like
we at least have a
2025 or
yeah.
something?
At least now we have like a time frame, which is good. Got pushed back 2 years.
Yeah, I'm pumped though. Looks fun.
How did that make sense though? It was gonna come out in 2023. We've been in pandemic for a year. How does that delay a theme park 2 years?
Might be financial reason.
Maybe.
Or they might just be expecting it to be delayed for the next year as well, essentially.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that. That's kind of preventative.
They've had to slow down quite a bit of productions, lay people off. Maybe I don't know. There's lots of reasons that could
Yeah.
cause that.
Other news. A new pair of joycons that are Fortnite themed were announced, coming out April 6th. And I dig them, man. They look awesome. You've got a peely Joy-Con, and the home button is one of his eyes, and
Yeah,
then the
that's
other eye
easily
and a
the best
smiley.
part.
I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
The cool thing
It's
about
incredible.
it is that it pairs up with the Fortnite Switch. So if you have the Fortnite Switch, then you get a right. The Fortnite Switch has a right blue Joy-Con and a left yellow, and this pair of Joy-Cons is right yellow and left blue that match those colors.
This makes me so happy.
Yeah, man.
Looking at that. Looking at that little peely Joy-Con. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I want more like this. It's funny how much they pair up with Fortnite, but they don't put a skin that's Nintendo themed in the game. Come on, let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's get Samus in there. But yeah, so be on the lookout for those. Those are up for pre-order now. I wonder if they've sold out like the Zelda ones.
Yeah, they might already be gone.
I hope not.
It wouldn't surprise me.
So now let's talk. This is kind of the meat of our news section for this week's episode. Animal Crossing just had its 1 year anniversary, or is having its 1 year anniversary. That's it just had as the date of release of this episode, and with that came lots of cool updates. One, we're getting Sanrio characters. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's the Hello Kitty characters. That's how I didn't know they had like a name. And those come, if you get the card packs, you can get those villagers into your town that are themed after those characters. And you get special furniture items and whatnot. In addition, a 1 year anniversary cake. That's like the...
Nice.
That's like the... My mom went on vacation and got me a t-shirt prize from Nintendo. Like, here's your cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's your 1 year anniversary. But there actually is some significant updates being made to the functionality of the game this go around, which is cool. One of those being more design slots. You've got the designer app is going to be built into your phone. So that little station you'd have to go to upload designs to enable sisters will now be available from your Nook phone in game. And expanded designer options. So you can now do custom designs on flags, little
That's cool.
little fans that you can hold, umbrellas, and photo booths. So you can make your own little photo booth to put your character in. Which
Yeah, the photo booth look awesome.
I'm excited to see what people do with that. There's gonna be some good ones, I think.
Yeah. I'm not going to do anything cool with that, but I'm sure other people are going to do a lot of cool things.
Yeah, I'll probably honestly just like download some pre-made ones, all the cool ones.
Yeah, that's
Pick those.
Yeah.
That's generally how it works for me in the designer app. And then there's some seasonal items coming, which I thought was hilarious. We're getting a whoopee cushion item for April Fool's Day.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to have to go in and buy a bunch of those.
Oh, yeah.
And then some prom stuff, which I was like, what? Okay. So yeah, prom gear in Animal Crossing. Maybe I wonder if someone's going to host, if there's going to be a prom, an Animal Crossing prom.
It will not surprise me in the slightest. They had weddings. They can have a prom.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's gonna be great. We can all we could do this. We'll all go and like host. We can host it at one of our houses and just have like the dance gym. Like we can make it look like a school gym in the room, and then we'll all just stand on the side next to like the food. Like, just like real prom
back in the day.
Yeah.
There'll be a bunch of chairs on the sides, people sitting.
As long as there's some good refreshments.
Man, this actually sounds like a fun thing to do. I don't want to put it together, but I would go to someone's.
Sounds more like someone has their high school reunion in Animal Crossing.
Yeah, if I was the one to set it up, I'd be putting pitfalls everywhere.
Yeah.
Enjoy dancing, you turds. It's just like a field.
That makes me
10
sad.
by 10 of pitfalls.
I still don't have that crafting item. I want that so bad.
I can't even remember. You just you make it with weeds or something.
I know. I just don't have
the recipe
yet.
That's right.
I've been waiting for it for so long.
Yeah, that's what's weird about this game is that you can just go eons without getting basic recipes. Like there's one. It's like the ironwood cupboard that you need to make several other furniture.
Hard.
And I got all the other furniture things and not the ironwood cupboard. I'm like, what?
And
I can't make any of this stuff.
then you'll keep getting repeats for the ones you definitely
Yeah,
already have.
so what is the deal with that? That shouldn't happen. Like, after you've gotten it, there should be something in the game that just checks that box. You have that recipe. You're not
I
getting a
mean,
double.
I get why though, because if you're playing multiplayer on the same console, like they're gonna want the recipes as
Oh, I didn't
well.
think about that. Yeah.
That's yeah.
I
That
mean, it would encourage you to
I,
go buy another game, another Switch.
yeah, I haven't actually thought about that before though. That would suck being the second person to play. Like you share a console and you're sharing it, and then the first person's already taken all the DIYs for the day, and you go back in and they're like,
Early bird
man,
gets the worm. Just
I
gotta
don't get
wake
the
up
beef
before them.
one.
Yeah. And then last couple things are not actually in game, but have in game effects. There is an island tour creator website going up where you can make basically a little brochure, a little thing for your island to give a tour for your island, and post that. So that's cool.
Never mind. That's not as cool as I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like you could make your own, because you know the island tours you can go on, where you get a Nook Miles ticket and you go to the island.
Oh, that would
As
actually be very cool.
I think it would be awesome if you could make your own, because I loved what they did with Mayday last year. It just
Oh,
felt
yeah.
like they almost had something great, like it was building up to something, and then it kind of missed the mark. It was just over. Like I was hoping for more, you know.
Yeah.
It just left me wanting more of that type of those types of puzzles.
Yeah, I totally agree. And that is a very cool idea. I didn't think about that. I put it in the notes in a way that definitely makes sense. Like, oh, you get to make your own island tours. No, it's a little website thing. um, and then another cool thing, they're adding integration with the Nintendo Switch Online app. And when you log in to your Nook phone on your app in real life, your real life phone on Nintendo Switch Online app, you get points that can be used to spend on unique in-game items, kind of like Nook Miles, but from the real in-game, not in-game, real in real life, out
Real
of game
life.
phone.
Seems easy to get.
So yeah, that's cool. It's interesting that they're integrating with the app more. I feel like they don't put a ton into the app, so cool to see them suddenly.
It's literally like the only game I actually use the app for, because it's what you need to download designs.
That's true.
Or if I want to, I don't like typing on the Switch. So if I want to send a message to someone, I'll have my phone out and I'll type it and send them a message through that.
Oh, quick messages should be a thing. Like do like quick
Quick chat stuff.
You can.
chat.
If they're online at the moment, you can pull up your phone. You can send them a message, but you have to be logged in as well, of course.
Yeah.
And I've noticed. I was at work the other day. I didn't know that you could. Someone was asking me about a villager I had, and I could not remember the name for the life of me. And I'm like, hold on, I wonder if my app on my phone tells me what my villagers are. And you pull it up, and it says all of my villagers' names on it, as well as it tells me who is all currently online playing Animal Crossing.
Oh, that's cool.
Even though I wasn't online, like I was at work. It was just weird. I didn't know it was capable of that much.
Yeah. So cool to see they are using the app still. And that's it. I mean, it's a sizable update. More than I was expecting. I'll be honest. And the Easter stuff is coming back. Eggs.
Oh yeah.
Eggs coming
Hopefully
back.
the exact same.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear people complain about it.
Already.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be that bad.
Yeah.
They nerfed it last year when everyone got.
Not looking
upset.
forward to Zipper Bunny coming back. He's creepy.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. So judgmental of y'all.
I mean, have you seen all the clips of him where he like when you're off screen and he's like, and he like looks all depressed and sad. It's like, what is happening? Why is? And then you come back on screen and he's like, it
sounds like he's a hero. and he's like really depressed himself, but he's still trying to
He's
bring
also not.
cheer and
He's
joy
also
to
not real.
others.
He's wearing a costume,
Yeah.
but he's acting
Have
like
you
he's
guys
not.
seen the theory that he's your dad?
Yeah, I have seen
What?
that.
No.
That he's actually your dad in the costume?
Yeah, I've not heard that.
Oh, I highly suggest looking into it.
It's always
really-
the theory. He's your dad. What was the one I told you last week? It was like Luigi is Rosalina's father.
Oh yeah,
And you're like, what? I never heard of this before.
some people got way too much time on their hands.
I mean, it's easy to come up with
this.
theories about your dad, the dad being involved when, like most of these games, the dad is not involved. He's gone.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, with dad, oh, that was a bad transition. We'll move on to the next segment of our show, which is the rumor mill.
And I heard it's really exciting this week.
Yeah, we got nothing for the rumor mill. I just wanted to play the bumper.
I don't even know what the rumor mill is.
This is where each week we talk about rumors that are circling around Nintendo related stuff, and there's nothing really to talk about. Everybody's still talking about that Super Switch coming.
I actually did hear a rumor that Micah actually hates Metroid Prime.
How do you
It's just
kick
been a
people
cover up
out
this whole time.
of this
How do
channel?
you kick people out? Yeah.
We can't be friends anymore, Max.
Well, it's a rumor. It's a rumor. So you have to take it with a massive grain of
That's just
salt.
something I heard.
Yeah, could be
Well,
true, could be
did you
not.
punch them in the face when they said it?
I mean, it was an anonymous Reddit post. Who knows? Who knows who put that there? Could have been anybody.
I
Anybody.
literally heard it. I shook a tree in Animal Crossing, and the rumor fell from it.
Well, did you cut down that tree and
So
burn
crazy.
it?
Cut down the tree and burn it. Is that a thing
That's
you
what
can
we
do?
need. That's what we need in Animal Crossing.
You
We
can
need to
cut
burn.
down trees
Fire,
and make
like real fire.
campfires
Yeah.
with wood.
That's true. Yeah, he
That-
cut down that
that would
tree.
be- that
He
would be
crafted it
abused
into a campfire.
So badly.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, this non-violent game. Yeah, now you can light your villager's house.
I wish you could light things on fire and it would spread in that game.
Be a great way to get rid of weeds.
Invite me to your island at your own risk.
Well, with this fire of a rumor mill that we had this week, let's hop over to the last segment of our show, which is the Community Corner. And in the Community Corner, we have several questions from the community. And the Community Corner is brought to you guys by the wonderful community we have over at Discord. Definitely check that out. Links in the description of the podcast and video and whatever spot you're listening, watching, you can find us. It's a good time over there. We have lots of good discussions and some cool questions, which we get to chat about here. And let's get to it. First question comes from Dan, our buddy from Retro Logic. Asks, well, I'll just read his whole thing here because he starts with a statement. He says, "I'm a huge Star Fox fan." And anybody that listens to Retro Logic or has heard our episode with Dan knows he is a big Star Fox fan. I recently decided I'm no longer satisfied with Fox McCloud being shoehorned into other games or getting a rehash of the SNES game. Star Fox is an amazing universe and deserves proper treatment. So, my question is there a Nintendo game or IP that you carry the torch for? That's been given the shaft by Nintendo, but deserves better.
Okay, so like his example, how there's a Star Fox. Like what's something that? That what the question is.
Yes.
So like Micah with Metroid. Okay.
Yeah, a little
So
bit.
what's
they're finally bringing it back.
a game that's been
Eventually.
you got to think it's a game that's been kind of shafted, and like Star Fox definitely has. There wasn't
Is it bad that I already know both of your answers?
Oh, okay. So what's Micah's answer? Well, Micah's answer is Metroid, right?
Yeah, but I mean, but they're making Metroid Prime 4, so I mean, it's not too shafted at the moment.
That's true, but when's the
Okay,
last
but it
new
was shafted
Metroid?
for a while.
When's the last new Metroid release? Is it Prime 3 or is it Fusion? Those all came out at the
the
same time, right?
the latest Metroid Prime
Yeah, no, like the
game,
latest Metroid game.
Metroid, because they had the Samus Returns 2.5
Oh, yeah,
remake
there
thing,
was that. Yeah, there
and
was
before
that.
that they had Federation Force, but people didn't really like that. I
Yeah,
heard.
let's not talk about that one. No, just kidding. I
So
didn't play
so
that.
for mine, it isn't necessarily
Wait,
like a franchise.
before you give your answer, I will get to your answer
Okay.
for sure. What is your guess for what mine is? That's what I'm curious.
I don't even know if it's actually technically Nintendo. But it's Plock.
Okay, I that's a fair answer, but that's not what I was gonna give. That's
No,
I was
Clock's
going
gonna
with
get
Nintendo.
shafted.
Nintendo.
They just never made another Plock game because
Yeah.
it's garbage.
How
What?
dare you?
It's
How
not
dare
that
you?
bad.
Clock is really good.
That's very debatable.
But
I
it's
actually
a
don't
one
dislike
off and it's
Clock.
not a Nintendo title. But yeah, that's
No.
a good guess for what I would say.
I've actually only played Plock for like 5 minutes in my life, so.
Yeah, needs to get
But
some sort of re-release. I like
I mean,
it's
I want that to happen so you can actually play it again and realize that it's not that good of a game.
well, I want it to happen so I can play it again and have save states, so it's possible to beat it.
I'll bring it back to you eventually, Andrew.
Yeah, Max currently has my SNES and my copy of Block.
Yes.
So, I mean, what would I do with the Block copy if I
Block,
didn't
yeah.
have the SNES?
Make some sort of adapter and plug it straight into your computer.
Yeah, it fits.
He's not
It's
that
Switch is backwards compatible, right? I think the
Um,
cartridges are bigger than the Switch, so
Can you imagine if there's some sort of adapter though? You
like
just
sticks
have
in
that
the top.
massive cartridge sticking out.
All right, bro. What was your answer? What was your
nothing specifically comes to mind. Than that. Not necessarily a franchise, other than just a portion
Okay.
within one. I still feel like Subspace Emissary hasn't gotten the love it deserves.
Yeah.
That's a good
Like,
answer,
yes,
man.
Brawl was absolute trash. The only thing that was good about it was Subspace. But come on, all right, let's be honest.
Oh, Brawl is good. Brawl is pretty
trash.
good.
How dare you?
If you go back and play it, go back and play it after playing any of the other ones, and you'll be like, "Wow, this is
even
so
better than I
incredibly
remembered.
slow."
I'm
Yeah,
so
that's
glad
it's true.
they had the tripping mechanic.
Everything feels so delayed, so slow.
It's
A lot of the characters, a lot of the playable characters are way overpowered. Like, it just felt super unbalanced. Subspace was nice, and it had a great storyline.
Yeah.
I liked the storyline. The cutscenes were good. It added the cinematics were fantastic. Like, yeah, the Switch's Smash Ultimate had kind of good mechanics. I get it. It was better than the previous.
Oh, you're talking the single player.
But yeah, the single player.
You said
yeah,
mechanics.
I'm talking,
mechanics. I thought you were talking about the
Sorry.
gameplay. And I was
Sorry.
like, whoa,
I'm talking
is fighting words.
specifically the storyline, the story mode.
Yeah.
And I was still just left feeling a little disappointed.
Yeah, that
And
Smash Bros.
I wish they would bring that
side-scroller.
back.
What was that, Micah?
I was saying, yeah, like the Smash Bros. Side scroller where you're fighting through the enemies.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
Yeah,
even if they had the
did enjoy that. They brought back pieces of it within the Wii U and 3DS one, but it just felt like a lazy kind of
It
route
wasn't
to it.
quite the same.
It felt incomplete, but they were headed in the right direction with it.
Yeah, I definitely think Subspace Emissary is one to carry the torch for. That's a great answer. I get it. The only thing I could come up with that I feel like I legitimately am a torch carrying fan for is yeah, me and Wii games. Yeah. specifically games with the Wii title, like Wii Play, Wii Party, Wii Sports.
I like how they integrated the island into. It kind of made it its own little community.
And it's a little hard to say that they've been shafted because it's only been this generation they've been shafted, and besides that, they were pretty new. It's not like Star Fox, which has been around since the Super Nintendo, and repeatedly gets. It's not like F-Zero. You know, these
Wait,
games
what's
that,
F-Zero about?
F-Zero.
Like, the name sounds
That's one.
familiar, but I can't recall what it's about because I never hear anything.
They could have done so much with F-Zero.
But the thing is,
I wouldn't consider myself a torch carrier for it, though.
yeah, the thing is, I feel like the Mii's got completely shafted with the Switch. And I think it was like in an effort to distance themselves from the Wii U, which just failed. But the Mii games on the Wii U were really good.
They were the
Nintendo
best
Land
part
is a
about it.
gem. Like it's so
Nintendo Land
good.
is actually incredible.
I want to get more of the titles on it. Wii Party U and Wii Fit U. But all of those games on the Wii, I really liked. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, those are gimmicky," and
They should have called it U Party.
yeah. So I'm excited that Miitopia is coming back for that regard. And I know a lot of people were like, "Yeah." So this is pretty funny because
I'm
I've
split on this one.
I have come back. I'm coming to be known as the Mii guy. Like I like the Mii games, and I do. I really do. So I'm hopeful that we get a sequel to Wii Sports. Oh wait, I do have to throw out that the Wii Sports on the Wii U, it's just Wii Sports again. It's like an HD Wii Sports, which I guess is okay.
Yeah,
but it's
but
like
you could set the
significantly worse than Wii Sports Resort. Like,
But you could set the
Wii
gamepad
Sports
on the
Resort.
ground, and there's the golf ball and golf.
yeah, on the screen.
Incredible. Yeah.
Do you have this game, Micah?
No, but it sounds incredible.
Oh, because if you do, we
To
can
be
play.
honest,
We
you've
can
looked
play
into it.
online. That was like the big thing that was being advertised with it, and I think that's a fantastic feature. I don't think you can just re-release Wii Sports and add online and then sell that and call this like, oh, look at this game, it's a great game.
Yeah.
It's like it is good because Wii Sports is good, but I mean, not enough substance to that re-release. And so I do feel like it got shafted even during the Wii U era. Like the games kind of all were like, they kind of all flopped.
While we're on the subject of Mii's, I don't know if this bothers anyone else, but it's always bothered me. And it feels so minuscule as well. You know how they added Mii's to the Wii Mario Kart Wii, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Actually,
after
didn't
that,
remember
the
that.
Mario Kart remake. Yeah, well, that was the first time that they put it on. Obviously, it was for the Wii. You could play as Mii's, and that would be my character of choice, right? It's like, yeah, I got to play as myself. And then they added Mario Kart to the other games, and suddenly they all have to wear helmets. Like, yes, we're safe here.
Safety first.
All of the other characters don't have to wear helmets, but the Mii characters.
Yeah.
That's true.
The other characters aren't real.
They're like, yeah, but neither's my Mii character. We're in a fantasy world.
He's an embodiment of you, though.
You know that's just a shortcut for development, like because then they didn't have to do any development.
What?
Yes, and now I have no interest in playing them because it looks terrible. It doesn't transfer well.
So I will say that it is thanks to Smash Bros. That a lot of series come back to life or stay alive in the hearts of Nintendo fans everywhere. And I do feel like Sakurai has saved Mii's because they're still in Ultimate. They're still here.
You know, and I remember that was something I was saying back when Brawl was released. I was like, you know, it would be awesome if we could play as Mii character.
Does anyone ever play as Mii characters?
And then it happened, and guess what? Yeah, no one wants to play as them because it's ridiculous. I was like, yes, this is awesome.
It sounds so good in theory.
I only play as them if I'm trying to be significantly annoying.
Yeah, and you're always the gunner with the bombs and missiles and junk.
And you give yourself super jumping abilities
Oh yeah,
on the Wii U, so you can just jump over everyone, shoot, and then just jump across to the other side of the screen.
So
It's
broken.
ridiculous.
Yeah. I felt like that I like the idea of a custom character, and it makes sense for that to be Mii's, but I was kind of hoping they'd just have a Mii character. That's like a
Yeah,
like
I'd probably play as them a little more if it was just like a Mii character, where some of their moves were like, I don't know, like similar to the Animal Crossing's Villager's ability, where you just kind of go bowling or something.
or like tennis. They were Wii Sports references or game
Yeah,
from other games. Maybe they put in like the Wii Play tanks somehow.
yeah, I'm sure that they would be a much more enjoyable character if they didn't
Yeah.
have the customization.
Honestly, I do think I'd like that a lot more. And they could even still have the costumes.
Yeah,
And maybe different types. I don't know. I just like, and I just one single type would probably be the way to go.
yeah.
But it is what it is. Yeah. So that's my torch carrying game. Thank you for the question, Dan. That was a good one. I too would like to see some potential lived up to with Star Fox. Oh yeah, Micah, give us your. We just wrote yours off.
You're trying to jump right past me. Yeah. Well, I guess I do carry that torch for Metroid Prime. I don't know if I'd necessarily say. Well, it kind of got shafted for a while, but they're finally bringing it back. So I'm excited about that. But it's not really a Nintendo IP, but I'm still carrying the torch for Golden Sun.
Yes.
I need the fourth game. The first two were incredible, and to be honest, I was a little let down by the third one. Probably partially because my expectations were so high, but that's also my dream character in Smash Bros. Isaac, Golden Sun.
I do think that that's another one that I want these games to come back, but I don't necessarily like have huge investments into Golden Sun, Metroid Prime,
Yeah.
F-Zero,
My hope,
Star Fox.
my
Okay,
hope
so
for
for
this point.
Star Fox, I do have to point out Dan's point here is good. They've just like rehashed the same game, like the same plot and same game over and over. They've remade it
And the
on
Star Fox Adventures 2.
N64, the Wii U. They're all just like reboots of the same story of the first one. And I mean, come on, like just
It,
it's so much potential, so much potential.
it was somewhat enjoyable though. I don't remember what the Starlink. I mean, it wasn't Nintendo, but they brought them in there, and I am glad that they brought them as playable characters in there. It made the game much more enjoyable that you could play as a Star Fox character, and they included it into the storyline.
It's the best Star Fox game that's come out in a long time.
That game was good. I just wish
Yeah.
it had online multiplayer capabilities, and that the only downside is when local multiplayer was in action. First player had all the control once again, and second player couldn't go out and venture and do anything.
I mean,
Without
Nintendo should
disappearing
just
and
straight
out.
up pass that IP to Ubisoft and have them make Starlink, but it's Star Fox, and it's all Star Fox.
It'd probably work.
Yeah. Thanks for the question, Dan. That's a good one. Next question comes from Seth on Discord. He says, the subject of our top 5 this week on All N, which is the podcast they run over there. Go check those out. The subject of our top 5 this week on All N is Nintendo worlds we'd love to escape to. So, I'd love to pose that question to you guys. Which Nintendo worlds would you love to escape to and live in?
My first thought initially is Animal Crossing. I realized, like, wow, I'd be in crippling debt. But
Until you sell some turnips for $1,000,000 each.
But I can sell anything and make so much money off it.
And your debt has no deadline.
No,
That's pretty
No
nice.
interest.
This sounds actually ideal. The world of Animal Crossing. It's simple. It's not dangerous. I wouldn't consider it to be dangerous. It's pretty mellow.
Unless you're allergic to bees.
and spiders, and
comfortable living.
scorpions.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah, but
totally
you don't
agree.
die.
That's a
You
good
just
answer.
wake up and you're fine.
Yeah. We kind of answered this in last week's episode. We talked about like what game we would like to be in as an NPC. But this is different. This is more like where do we want to go to escape to? I kind of think of it like as a vacation spot.
So yeah, literally Animal Crossing.
Yeah, Animal Crossing's a good one. I
What do you got?
think I'm still gonna go with World of Pokemon. I think that would be really cool. Which region specifically? Kanto Johto, I guess. Like that's like the big one, classic. Also, I don't know. I also like Emerald's design where it has like the big. Ruby Sapphire Emerald it's like a big island and it has a volcano in the middle and a lot of biomes going up to it. Oh, actually, no. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh, the Diamond and Pearl one's really cool too. I like a lot of locations there. So yeah, just the world of Pokemon would be really cool to escape to and live in. I mean, what's the worst that happens in that? Crime gangs get together and try and take over God Pokemon. I mean,
they steal your Pokemon and things,
and then you can legally fight them back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And legally, if you lose, they take your Pokemon.
No, you just white out, black out, and then you wake up.
No, you get what is it? It's not Jenny. What's the police lady's name?
Yeah, Officer Jenny. Officer Jenny.
Officer Jenny? It is Jenny. It is Jenny. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Joy's the
nurse. Joy. Yeah.
You're the prettiest, Officer Jenny. That's my Brock impression. He says that to every single Officer Jenny.
Brock is the best part of Pokemon, besides all the Pokemon.
Yeah, I want to be friends with Brock. That's yeah.
Like a good bro.
So I'll say Pokemon, World of Pokemon. I was also gonna say Animal Crossing's a good choice. I think.
Yeah.
Especially with the New Horizons game, it's just like you live in tropical paradise, man. It's cool.
Financial stability.
Yeah, seriously.
It's nice.
I have so much more money than I ever need in Animal Crossing. Wish I had that problem
you're
in real life.
crippling debt, but it's so much easier to get out of it. It's just, and there's no deadline.
Yeah, you can go fishing and catch a great white shark.
Yeah.
Just off your beach. Although that would make me a little nervous to go.
Fear that I would get bored is one thing I kind of would fear.
Yeah. I can see that.
Because it is limited in what you can do.
Yeah, but this is the world of Animal Crossing. You can fly to somewhere else.
It's true.
Yes, you can fly and visit a not island. Just go to a not island. You just go. You go visit some of the older games. I don't know.
Yeah, Micah, what do you have for this one?
Well, the worlds of Metroid would be kind of cool because of all their advanced technology. Think of the VR games they must have.
Sounds kind of terrifying, actually.
Oh yeah, you just avoid all those terrible worlds that Samus goes to. But surely there are good parts of the quadrant or whatever they're in.
I mean, you never see those, so who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd pick that.
Yeah,
there's that very slim chance you could date Samus, and that would be pretty cool. So,
all right, Micah. Okay.
I do like that answer. That's a good logical reasoning. The other one I want to shout out to, I think we talked a little bit about last time, Breath of the Wild. Hyrule, in that regard, would be really a cool place to live. Minus the Calamity. As long as it's post credits.
As long as you enjoy living.
Everyone's dead.
I mean, but the thing is, like, Calamity Ganon, the whole game, Zelda's like constantly sending you these like telepathy messages, like, please, there's not much time. And then you play like 80 hours.
I do what I want.
Yeah, you play like 80 hours and nothing happens. Ganon's not actually doing anything.
Hey, every once in a while, the moon will come out and summon more monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can literally beat those monsters with a stick. So I think it's
Some
fine.
of them.
Some
Yeah,
of
you go beat those Lionels with a stick. I'll
them.
stick to using very big weapons and bows from a distance.
Yeah, it seems super dangerous.
The monsters
Plus,
don't
you like
seem to
live in a
go into the
village.
cities or the villages.
Yeah,
That's nice.
but there's like 9 other people in that village. Seems like we get kind of old.
Unless they're cool
Also,
people.
I see you're wearing glasses. Looks like you're gonna get struck by lightning.
That's a good point. Anything
Yeah.
metallic at
Plus,
all.
they probably don't have contacts in that world, so that would be a bummer.
Yeah, but they have magic. Do you
They
think
got
they have?
magic.
Yeah, do you think they have
I don't.
something
I
that
don't.
cure
I don't think
eyesight?
Well,
so. There's characters wearing
yeah,
glasses.
so I'm pretty
I
sure
don't
they're
think so.
Oh
people with
wait, they have
glasses.
glasses. Yeah, there are
Yeah, but
characters
not
that.
contacts. Glasses are terrible.
But yeah, okay.
Always getting dirty and scuffed, falling off your face.
Who knows? They might have contact lenses.
Reduced field of vision.
I bet they open up one of those shrines, a Sheikah shrine, and it's like the eyeglasses tech from the future. You know, because like all of their technology, they got like the tablet, they have like GPS maps, and all this like modern technology. I'm sure one of them has contact lenses in them.
Yeah, but they'd have
Maybe.
to be my specific strength
I
and
mean, the
eye
Okay.
shape.
Sheikah symbol is an eye.
There
I
we
feel
go.
like they've got to have
Like, yeah,
contacts.
they know. They know about eyes.
They know
It's
about
literally a
eyes.
symbol.
Yeah.
They know all about eyes.
Let's let's
What I suddenly want now is a game where the protagonist has to wear glasses and they can like get knocked off and broken, and everything is just really blurry when that happens, and you have to like go get them fixed.
that would be terrible.
That actually
Welcome
sounds
to
like
my
an
life.
game. Yeah, this actually sounds enjoyable, somewhat.
I mean, I feel like it couldn't possibly be pulled off in a good way, but in my mind, it sounds awesome.
No, it couldn't. Probably not. Make too many
Let's
people nauseous.
It'd be
Just
good
trying to
for
get started.
if it was more like a horror type of game.
They do
Ooh,
have. There is a horror
there you
game
go.
that you play where you are blind, and so you see everything in sound waves. It's very interesting.
That sounds cool.
So
Is
you
it
think?
like VR?
No, no.
Even not
But
horror games
that would
can
be.
be horror games in VR.
That's true. Well, let's move to the next question we have from the community. This comes from Tim, our buddy from the Nintendo Dads on Discord. His question is: does Nintendo grow with gamers, or do gamers outgrow Nintendo? He gives a little bit of context here. He says, maybe this is why so many people are angry on the internet. They want Nintendo to grow with them, to change with them. But Nintendo is always about being accessible and fun for everyone, which means the longer we're fans of Nintendo, the more it is likely we will be disappointed. Deep.
Yeah, this is the one question I did actually read before this. I saw that one on Discord.
So I'll repeat the first
Good one
question
to
again,
throw.
which is: does Nintendo grow with gamers, or do gamers outgrow Nintendo? Who wants to start on this one? Yes, think. I'd like to hear your thoughts.
I think Nintendo does grow, not necessarily particularly with gamers, but I mean, you all have heard of Nintendo Hard, a way of describing games that are very difficult. So, I mean, that's how Nintendo started off. Generally, just games in general started off very difficult, and now they've grown more into being accessible. So, I feel like they've actually have changed to become easier to pick up, but they still got their more mature-ish games, which they seem to be getting more back into with like Bayonetta, and they're bringing back Metroid Prime.
Yeah, I think that's more
So
this question is targeting, like the individual. They want the games to mature with them, like the overall, and uh,
yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
Nintendo grows at their own rate for what they want, not necessarily to become more mature with their original group, I guess.
I don't know if I'd really say that Nintendo grows with their fan base. Is trying to grow with age. so much as what Micah was saying is they grow at their own pace, and it something I've always kind of admired about Nintendo is they always try to outdo themselves and try and invent something new, or um, take a piece of technology and build off that, such as the Wii, like on motion controls. They saw an opportunity to make something out of that, and they made something out of that. Double screens, like that wasn't something that was done. They're like, oh, we have a flipping feature. We can make two screens, integrate them both together. Whoa, let's give one of them a 3D capability. How are we going to do that? We can adjust it so that some people don't get as nauseous. We can turn it off entirely. And then the Switch, just so that it's both a home game,
A home
a
console and
home
a portable.
Console and
console. Sorry, that's
portable.
the word I'm looking for. Yeah, and it's portable. So I think that they lean more on the sides of technological advancement and just trying to outdo themselves and make something new and find what type of games they can make with that. Less of the storylines of their games and trying to build off of making things more mature for their fan base as they age. They just want it to be more accessible to everyone and make new stuff, something different, mix things up.
Yeah.
And I think their games are, a lot of the games at least, are fun for like all ages and whatnot. I mean, if some people grow out of liking those kinds of games, I guess, whatever. I don't feel like Nintendo really needs to try and grow with those people. I mean, they can always have. I mean, it would be kind of nice if they had more games. I guess that could fill those needs. But
Yeah. The thing I did listen to the latest Nintendo dads. They talk about this question. And Marty, who we just recently had on the show, said he put it bluntly. He's like, I feel like a lot of these people just kind of lose the joy that comes from playing Nintendo games, and they want something gritty and real and more mature because they've lost the ability to feel the joy that comes from these more family friendly games. I don't know how much I prescribe to that thought process, but it does kind of feel that way when you look at uh the big three. You look at PlayStation, you look at Xbox, and you look at Nintendo, and the target demographic. So take the top game on each of those systems, and the Nintendo one is going to appeal to the biggest age range. Like, that's just the way it's going to be. So what would you say like the top Xbox game is? I probably like Halo, the Halo series.
yeah,
And the Halo series
Yeah.
is definitely not targeted for
For children of any
for
sorts,
children.
yeah.
No, so you're looking at the age range of
Teenager.
minimum like 14, 15. Yeah, and to maybe like you're 30ish. Maybe a little older than 30. Because like beyond that, they're not going to be playing that because they don't want their kids to see them playing Halo.
Yeah, I feel like if Nintendo did something like this, it would just feel like they were just trying to become something that they're not. And too many people would compare it to how Xbox does their things, how PlayStation does their games. And it would feel less words. It'd be the lesser for it. Like it wouldn't feel right. It would feel like it didn't meet the expectations that we've already made because these people have played Xbox and PlayStation. Like if you want something gritty, then you're going to play Xbox, PlayStation, or PC, and you have those options made to you. But Nintendo feels that it's made more for accessibility and things that you can play with the whole family. So you, a dad, can play these games with your children.
Yeah.
And you're not going to take Halo and be like, hey, you want to play the storyline Halo with me? You
not
might.
when he's 4.
Some parents might make this choice.
I think that's fine, but you're generally not going to be doing it with like an 8-year-old or something. You'd probably wait for them to be a little older, or like a 4-year-old.
Well,
If
I
you
was
expect Grand Theft Auto to come out on Nintendo, you're dreaming. Doesn't make sense. It just doesn't.
Who
You're
knows?
not.
I was going to say, so Xbox is targeting that like the top games on Xbox are targeting that age range of like the angsty teen years to the depressed adult years. uh, and PlayStation, I'm gonna say it's doing the same thing. So the top games for PlayStation last year are Last of Us Part Two, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War. I mean, those are all like gritty, adult targeted games.
Relatively violent.
It's
Something I
not.
found
It's not a
But
interesting.
game. Those aren't games that I even think like, oh, my parents would enjoy playing this. My grandparents would enjoy playing this.
Right. Like
Where
Wii Sports.
what's the top? What would you say the top Switch games are? It's
When it
probably
first came out, it was Mario Kart for the longest time.
it's yeah. Mario Kart's their top seller for sure. And then the other two I jumped
Animal
top.
Crossing.
Oh dang, Animal Crossing. Yeah, Animal Crossing. Animal
Yeah.
Crossing would be the one that to talk about for last year. But I also think Breath of the Wild
Yeah.
and Mario Odyssey. Those are like the two that come to my mind. Is like, oh, those are the top Switch games. All of those games appeal to almost everyone. I think, with the exception of Breath of the Wild, maybe, but definitely a younger audience can play Breath of the Wild versus something like Last of Us Part Two.
Yeah.
And these are games that are enjoyed by people a lot older as well. So to answer Tim's question, for me, I do not feel like Nintendo grows with gamers or that gamers outgrow Nintendo. I I don't think that. I think people that are upset with Nintendo as uh so I'm getting this is going completely off. I feel like Nintendo appeals to all age groups, and that's just what they're trying to do. And they have subsections, but their big ticket games are going to try and appeal to everyone. They have subsections that are geared towards different audiences, like Micah said, with Metroid Prime, Bayonetta. Those are definitely geared towards an older audience. Games
Right.
like Yoshi's Woolly World, maybe even Pokemon, are geared more towards a younger audience, I'd say. So
To
Yeah.
to expand on that a little bit, something I noticed, it's just to kind of compare it. I don't know if you guys followed it all. I haven't played it, but I'd love to at some point in the future. The Spider-Man games that came out for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Um, when PlayStation 4 came out with their Spider-Man, the graphics were not quite there, and then when they remade the PlayStation 5 version and remade how Peter looked, I don't know if you guys followed that at all. They totally changed his look. He looks way younger, and there was a lot of outrage from the community over that he looks too young. He's supposed to be like 22, and the outrage mostly comes from people who are in their 30s playing this game, and they're upset that he looks too young. And it's like, okay, he's meant to be 22. They're like, he doesn't look 22, he looks 15. It's like, no, guys, you guys are in your 30s. You expect him to look like you because in the last game, he didn't look as young because of how the graphics were, and he looked young. He looked kind of old just because that's what it was capable of. So they made him look younger, how he's supposed to look. I just found it interesting how upset people were, and it seemed to be rooted from the fact that they were expecting the game embody more of themselves and their fan base and how old they were, rather than what the character was actually supposed to represent.
yeah. So maybe taking a different approach to this topic. Do you think you personally will ever outgrow Nintendo? Um, yeah, that's the question.
Do I think I personally will outgrow Nintendo? No, because even I've gotten a PC. I've played some games on here, and I enjoy both of them. I just go for different reasons. I have different moods, but no.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree as well. I there was a There's never been a time in my life where I have not considered myself a Nintendo fan. Um, and I think for a lot of people that you might put they definitely outgrew Nintendo. There's like this weird teenage phase where they're like, I gotta have the cool system, the new Xbox 360 or this is like from the era when we were in high school, Michael, with like Xbox
Yeah, it was
360 and
definitely
PlayStation.
Xbox at the time, the Xbox 360 or
And
Xbox One.
I didn't have that as a teenager. I wanted the Nintendo console still. I was that's it's maybe it's the connection I had to the IPs. But I we're getting into a discussion on like my philosophy on game design here, but I don't play mature games, especially for the mature content. I do play on occasion games that are a higher ESRB rating, but I typically am playing them for the mechanics and actually don't like the mature elements they add. If it has excessive blood, language, that kind of stuff. And maybe it's just my upbringing. Like, we were raised not to play games like that. But
Yeah.
it's just not fun to me. All those games are trying to do is, who was saying this? I think it was Solo something in our Discord was talking about how they're just designed to shock you, like, and to be like, to be over the top in that regard. And it's like, that's not enjoyable to me. I play games for fun mechanics. I'm not saying that that games with violence and language are bad, but it's just not for me. That's not why I'd be playing the game. I'd be playing the game for mechanics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
similar to the reason why I play Grand Theft Auto. I'm not playing because I'm like, oh yeah, I need more blood. I need that profanity. I got to get my profanity intake. That's
Of the day.
ridiculous. I'd totally be fine without that. I go because I like driving the cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like driving. I like driving around. I like just doing whatever. But could the game have been totally just fine? I still think the character looks over the top. The graphics didn't even have to be like that for me.
Yeah,
It could be
if they
so
just
simple.
well, the thing is, if they just remade that game without that stuff, I would still like without the stuff that makes it a rated M game. I would play it.
Yeah.
Because it's
Which
like,
is what turned me off for the longest time away from it.
yeah, and maybe that's I'm not gonna say that it's because I am a child at heart, and I will never outgrow Nintendo. I think it's just legitimately like internet culture has turned people to be really intense and also very complainy. So literally everything that happens on the internet gets just met with tons and tons of criticism. And that's where I think more of the negativity and criticism comes from, the culture that the internet has created with, oh man, we're getting all sorts of weird philosophy tonight, but a lot of social platforms thrive on controversial opinions and arguments, because those get lots of attention and those get lots of traction. They get lots of comments, they get lots of thumbs ups and thumbs downs, and that boosts it up in the showings. So if someone says something positive and not really controversial in any way, goodbye, you are buried underneath the controversial stuff, because that stuff's way more exciting to talk about. And I think
Welcome to TikTok.
welcome to anything. Twitter, man.
Charlie horse. Oh,
Oh, I thought you were like legit getting upset. Twitter. Oh.
No, legit.
You
My
okay?
muscle just like spazzed.
It's been sitting for too long. I think that might be a good signal for the end of the episode, huh?
Ooh.
But that's where I think the angry people at Nintendo on the internet. It's like Max was saying earlier. I do feel like a lot of them are just in this state in life where they want it to appeal to them specifically, and we're very me focused. Hey, I'm the me guy, you know. So we're very me focused. No, I think the internet has made it a very me culture, and if something is not exactly how you want, then you have every right to complain about it and shout. Like, as much as you want. And I don't like that culture because everybody talks before they really like think things through. And then when you do think things through, you still deliver in very angry ways just because that's just everything. When you read things, they seem way more intense than maybe they were
Way
intended
more
to be
aggressive.
delivered. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's where most of that comes from. I don't think people outgrow Nintendo unless, they just maybe you go through a ear angst phase. I haven't gone through that. I'm not going to. I'm probably going to be with Nintendo until
You'll hit your angst phase at like 80.
At like 80. Yeah, I'll be like, I'm sick of this. No more Star Fox. What's happening?
Yeah. Bring me the blood.
We haven't had Mii's.
Bring me the blood.
That was horrifying. And then you froze a little bit there.
Yeah, what? Was that just your regular voice?
You're welcome. No, I was like, bring me the blood.
Yeah. Well,
that
thank you.
Doesn't sound like you at all.
My voice when
That's
I'm
actually a good
and
like.
speaking at the same time.
That actually reminds me of like Brutes from Halo.
Yeah, I can't even do it. I don't even remember what they say.
Yeah.
They're just like, "Brr."
Yeah, I don't remember.
Work.
That's what they say. Work. Something you doing?
I can do that.
Our impression of orcs and brutes.
As we got, we were like, yeah, Warcraft.
Yeah.
Man, blood.
I do remember we played Warcraft. Yeah, I do remember that. Playing Warcraft and being like, this game is real intense. I remember thinking that as a kid.
Yeah. They were like, wow, this is violent.
I remember at a birthday party playing Halo for the first time. And I stayed up till like 1 a.m. playing the Halo campaign. And I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, oh no, this is not an appropriate game. But I was hooked. Because I was a kid, man. I was just thinking like, I'm going to be in so much trouble if my mom finds out I played this. Halo really isn't that like mature and gritty of a game to me. When I think about it as like a series, and when I go back and play it,
I recall one thing. Being at our cousin's house playing Halo, I'm like, one day I'm gonna get an Xbox.
Just remember, this is a family-friendly show. Before you share any stories.
Yes. No. Okay. This isn't inappropriate. No. Goodness, no. I'm talking about us as children.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. No, we're at our cousin's house playing Halo. I'm like, one day I'm gonna get Halo, and you're like, you sure you do that? Like you're like questioning, like, I don't know. Like, this is a really intense game. Like, you want to be like that when you're an adult? I'm like, yeah, this is fun. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm driving around on these little rover things.
I remember that, man.
The 4 wheels.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
But did you ever try and drive your teammates off the cliff while jumping out?
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
One time I did that, and the game saved as we were flying off the cliff. We barely managed to save it by right as it loaded, we would hop out and we'd like fall halfway down this like essentially a cliff, and we managed to like jump our way back up. It took us like 45 minutes to like find the right path to get back up.
Oh no.
Without like falling off into the ocean. But yeah, that was good times in Halo.
Yeah. Micah, you got any final thoughts on this question before we close out? Does Nintendo grow with gamers, or do gamers outgrow Nintendo?
I feel like pretty much only gamers that outgrow Nintendo are the gamers that think if it doesn't have mature or violence or other things like that, then it's for kids. I mean, you don't need those things to be for adults as well. I just think there's a misconception people have.
People are like, why do you like Animal Crossing? It's so boring. I get this at work all the time because I wear an Animal Crossing hat to work.
Nice.
It's great. Yeah. I wear an Animal Crossing hat to work.
Nice.
I have 2 of them. And they're like, this game, I tried it. It's really boring. It's not fun. I'm like, just because it's not violent doesn't mean it's not fun. Like,
yeah, everyone has their own taste.
You don't get to attack anyone? Did someone really ask you that?
Yes.
But see, these are the this is the this if you're gonna compare this to like television, these are the kinds of people that will like only go to the movie to watch like gosh what
Oh no. Yeah.
what
They're like they're like Marvel's not good because it's not rated R.
yeah, and it's
Or
like
if,
that.
or if something's
I only
animated,
like
it's for
mature
children.
content.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
There are
okay.
some very not for children animated things. But
Yeah.
some people just have that like mindset that, oh, it's this animated show where there's not violence. It's for kids. And as I am not a child,
And that's
I
where
will not play those or
I
watch those.
do feel like like Marty had a good point on his show. It's almost like they lost the kid in themselves a little bit. But that doesn't make these games for kids. It makes you a sad adult.
That's
That's just the way.
Anytime anyone finds out that I play Fortnite.
Oh
anytime.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
Fortnite all
man.
the time.
Oh yeah, we get that. All the, I remember getting my boss at work was like, "You realize that you're like an adult, right?" When I told him I've been playing Fortnite,
Yeah.
and it's pretty funny because my coworker turns around and she's like, "Fortnite's awesome. What are you talking about?"
Yeah. And I honestly believe that with like the building mechanic of Fortnite, it has a much higher like skill cap than a lot of just straight up shooters.
Oh, fighting words.
But people
Take
like
that,
people
Call
are
of
like,
Duty.
oh, it's for kids. It's for kids. It's so easy. And when I was
There's
like, no,
way I would have been able to do decently well at this as a child. I don't know how they do it because I'm terrible.
In my opinion, there's definitely a higher skill cap just because there's more components to the gameplay than just straight up shooter.
Yeah, I'm a little sad by the comment that someone made that you can't attack people in Animal Crossing. Did you tell them they do have axes? You do have axes.
Well, you can't trap people in pits temporarily.
I mean,
it's just
but
you're just missing the point of some of these games. Like there's more to games than violence or like a really intense story, you know. And that's where Nintendo really thrives.
And if you want to satisfy your violent cravings, just go play some Doom.
Yeah, which is also on Switch.
That's really good. It's a great game.
I do understand how some people wouldn't like it because it feels like a chore to them. That argument makes sense.
Yeah. I'm really excited to read comments that are like, you guys are just Nintendo fanboys. You just fall into the category that are just Nintendo fanboys will just buy anything Nintendo makes because it's Nintendo.
It's like, no,
and I'm like, no, man.
I don't, though.
I'll have you know, I haven't bought a Nintendo game in a while. But that's because I'm broke.
I think it's hilarious when people just write off when they make comments like that online that are like, if you buy Nintendo games, you're just a Nintendo fanboy, and if you disagree with me, then you just fall in that same camp. And it's like, basically what you're saying is that if you disagree with me, don't, because I can't handle any sort of criticism of any comment I make.
Yeah.
I have the last word, so nobody else gets to say anything about what I'm saying.
You're not allowed to enjoy things.
Final word on Twitter. That's a thing that happens. Final word on any comment section.
I don't enjoy this, so you cannot enjoy this either.
Yeah, exactly. Let people enjoy what they want.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not saying if you don't
games.
play. I do want to make clear. I'm not saying if you don't play Nintendo games, you've grown out of Nintendo. Maybe it's just not what you're into right now. That's okay. I think that Nintendo, but in my mind, Nintendo is targeting everybody, like for a lot of their games. Not every game.
Yeah.
I didn't get Yoshi's Crafted.
Don't make games like that either.
I didn't get Yoshi's Crafted well. So because I was like, I'm not the target audience for this in my mind.
A little too easy.
Yeah. So that's okay. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this topic? Definitely join up our Discord and give your thoughts, because we want to hear it, or comment below. And yeah,
let's do it.
Well, with that, I think we'll end the show here. Thank you so much for coming on, Max. Do you wanna plug your own stuff for people to check out? Are you
I
working on
don't
anything?
have a lot to plug right now. I mean, I plan on doing YouTube again soon in the future, but not that time. I cosplay Spider-Man on occasion. Spider2Max. My Instagram. Spider2Max.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely check it out. He's got some sweet pictures of the Spidey Man costumes. He's got multiple, so
Yeah. And my collection will continue to grow.
that's a good collection, and that's how you know that Max is still a child at heart.
Only I would spend $800 on a Spider-Man suit.
What?
I haven't spent that yet, but that's my next suit.
Wow.
Ooh.
Who needs an Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5 when you can have a really good Spider-Man costume? I mean, if you go and look at those pictures, he's having a way better time than anybody that owns a $800 PC or game console.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure some of us wearing that suit would not feel good about ourselves. Just saying.
Listen, it's the joys in life of getting to go to Seattle, and it's completely empty because it's a pandemic. And some random strangers on the street will ask you to hold their baby for them for a picture. And you're just
that
like...
has not happened. Has that really happened?
Yes! Yes,
Did
it
you
has.
consider for a
They're like,
split
hey,
second
hold my baby.
Did you consider for a split second just playing a joke on them and just running?
That is a horrible thing. Don't do that.
But it might also be a good wake-up call for them handing their babies to strangers.
I was a little taken back at why they were so okay with it. But yeah, somewhere out there, I did take a picture with them. I mean,
that's cool though.
Well, yeah, I did. I kept him very far away from my face, and somewhere out there, there's a picture of Spider-Man holding a baby in Seattle at Pike Place, and
weird.
It's me.
Well, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate you coming as a guest last minute with us. If you would like to follow us on social medias, we are on Instagram as well, at Nintendo Pals Podcast. We are also on Twitter, at Nintendo Pals. And like I said, we are on Discord. We have our own Discord server. Good little group over there. Fun questions. We always are welcoming of new people. Family-friendly environment, non-toxic. Good spot. If you want a little slice of internet that doesn't have toxicity. Let's see.
Unless you start bad-mouthing Metroid Prime, then it's going to get real toxic up in here.
Yeah.
To clarify.
I don't think I don't think that's happened on the Discord.
That's because no reasonable person would diss Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was that one rumor I heard from Animal Crossing Tree.
You know, I'm starting to think you just made that up.
Say Animal Crossing trees do not lie.
Yeah, man, I got a Christmas ornament out of there once.
It's pretty cool.
It's legit.
Last little bit of housekeeping. If you're watching us on YouTube or on your podcast listening app of choice, okay, two separate things. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe, like, share the video. And if you are listening to us on a podcast platform, be sure to leave a review that says Metroid Prime 4 is awesome or something along those lines, with a 5-star review. It helps our podcast get seen and makes us feel good about ourselves. So please do that. No, I do want to give a shout out and thanks to all those who have joined our community and who share our stuff and give thumbs ups and likes and all the works, because it really does help us out in getting visibility. We have seen steady growth basically since we started, and that is all thanks to you guys, because I don't have any way to pour money into this for advertising. I don't think that would really be successful anyways. And there's not really any other way to share your podcast other than through word of mouth, and having guests on and crosstalk with other audiences and other communities in the podcasting sphere. So thank you so much for all that you do, community members. If you're a listener and haven't joined up our Discord, be sure to, because it's a blast over there. And maybe you're hesitant to join Discord because it's you're not a Discord user, whatever. This is a great spot to start if you're going to. So yeah, but no pressure.
Yeah,
No pressure.
just look at me.
No pressure to do any of this stuff.
I'm also terrible at it.
Yeah, Max is hardly ever on it. So.
Oh, by the way, real quick, I have seen you mention me. I'm just really bad at replying, but I have seen those little comments that you make tagging me.
You can just lurk. You can just come and lurk like Max.
I mean,
Spider lurk.
yes.
It's kind of bad, but I'm kind of a lurker.
Yeah, he's one of the
So
admins.
don't feel bad just lurking.
Seriously, guys. Everybody's welcome. And thank you so much for listening. So with that, we will close out the show with a closing remark by Max.
We forgot to tell you about this.
I had no idea there were closing remarks. Oh, okay, I got you. Throw it back a little bit. Like if you like, share if you care, and subscribe for more awesomeness.
Nice.
Yikes.
Awesome.